On the morning of my wedding, my phone vibrated with a family group message that shattered my heart forever. There they were, my parents, my brothers, my sister, laughing on a luxury beach thousands of miles away. Under the photo, my mother wrote, "Life is too short, making unforgettable memories with the people who matter most." My wedding ceremony was only 4 hours away. I stared at the screen, waiting for someone to say it was a joke. No one did. They had chosen a vacation over the biggest day of my life. But they had no idea that before the sun set, I would make a decision that would change every relationship forever, because sometimes the family you keep isn't the family you're born into. Emma Parker had spent 2 years planning every detail of her wedding to Daniel Brooks. Every flower, every candle, every handwritten invitation carried a piece of her heart. But more than the dress or the venue, she dreamed of one thing, seeing her family sitting proudly in the front row. Instead, the front row stayed empty. Hours before the ceremony, Emma called her mother. "Mom, where are you?" A long silence. "We're in Greece." Emma blinked. "What?" "We booked this trip months ago." "You booked it after sending back your RSVP. We thought you'd understand." Emma's voice cracked. "You told me you wouldn't miss my wedding." Her father interrupted. "Emma, weddings happen every day. This vacation was once in a lifetime." Emma whispered. "So was this." The call ended. Daniel found Emma standing alone inside the bridal suite. Her mascara had begun to run. He gently held her hands. "We can postpone." Emma slowly shook her head. "No. They don't get to ruin today. But your family." She smiled through tears. "They already made their choice." Outside, guests whispered as they noticed 6 empty seats reserved for the Parker family. Daniel leaned close. "Are you sure?" Emma nodded. "I'm not marrying into a perfect family." She looked into his eyes. "I'm creating one." The ceremony began. Daniel waited at the altar. The music played. Emma walked alone. Not because she had no one, but because she finally realized she didn't need permission to be loved. Months earlier, Emma had always been the forgotten child. When her older brother Jake graduated, the family threw a week-long celebration. When her younger sister Olivia opened a bakery, everyone invested money. When Emma earned a scholarship to medical school, her mother only said, "That's nice." When Emma announced her engagement, her father barely looked up from the television. "When's dinner?" Daniel noticed everything. "You keep trying to earn love that's supposed to be free." Emma smiled weakly. "They're just busy. They're choosing to be." 6 months before the wedding, Emma visited her parents with invitation cards. "I want everyone there." Her mother smiled. "We'll never miss it." Jake hugged her. "I'll even give a speech." Olivia laughed. "I'm catching the bouquet." Emma drove home happier than she'd been in years. She didn't know every promise was already becoming a lie. 3 weeks before the wedding, Emma called again. "Everything ready?" Her mother sounded distracted. "Of course." Her father muttered in the background. "Tell her about Greece." Silence. "What Greece?" "Oh, nothing." Emma believed them. She wanted to believe them. 1 week before the ceremony, Jake accidentally posted vacation tickets on social media. Destination: Santorini. Departure: The morning of Emma's wedding. Emma called immediately. Jake answered. Oh. You were supposed to see that after the trip. Emma couldn't breathe. You're leaving. It's just a vacation. My wedding. You'll have pictures. Emma whispered. I wanted family. Jake sighed. You're being dramatic. Wedding day. The minister quietly asked. Would you like to wait? Emma looked toward 6 empty chairs. No. Halfway through the ceremony. The doors opened. Everyone turned. Emma's heart raced. For one impossible second. She thought they came. Instead. It was the photographer carrying extra flowers. Emma smiled anyway. Then she spoke vows so powerful the entire room cried. I spent years believing love had to be earned. She looked at Daniel. You taught me that real love simply stays. Daniel answered. I promise never to make you question your place in my life. Guests applauded through tears. Meanwhile, across the ocean, Emma's family laughed on a yacht. Her mother uploaded another picture. Caption. Family first red heart. Thousands liked it. One person commented. What about your daughter's wedding today? The comment exploded. People noticed. Friends shared screenshots. Neighbors whispered. Relatives called. Her mother quickly deleted the post. Too late. 3 days later. The internet had already judged them. Their church friends stopped calling. Extended relatives expressed disappointment. Emma never said a single word publicly. She didn't need to. Their own actions spoke louder. 2 weeks later. The Parkers showed up unexpectedly. Emma opened the door. Her mother smiled nervously. We brought souvenirs. Emma looked at the tiny refrigerator magnet. You missed my wedding. And brought me a magnet? Her father frowned. We're here now. No. Emma answered calmly. You're here because people found out. Jake stepped forward. Can we just move on? Emma looked directly into his eyes. I moved on the day I walked myself down the aisle. Silence. Her mother began crying. We're still your family. Emma nodded. Yes. But family isn't defined by blood. It's defined by showing up. Daniel quietly stood beside her. His parents stood behind him. His grandmother smiled warmly. Emma looked back at her own parents. I finally know what unconditional love feels like. Her mother whispered. Please forgive us. Emma smiled sadly. I forgive you. Another pause. But forgiveness doesn't erase consequences. She gently closed the door. Not in anger. In peace. Years passed. Emma became a successful physician. Daniel built his own company. Together they adopted 2 beautiful children. Their home overflowed with birthdays, laughter, bedtime stories, and unconditional love. One afternoon, their daughter asked. Mommy, who taught you how to be such a good mother? Emma smiled softly. My childhood taught me exactly what kind of parent I never wanted to become. Daniel squeezed her hand. One rainy evening, Emma received another phone call. Her father was ill. She visited. Not because she owed him anything. But because kindness was part of who she had become. He looked older. Smaller. Regret filled his eyes. I missed the most important day of your life. Emma quietly answered. Yes. I thought there would always be another chance. There wasn't. Tears rolled down his face. I was wrong. Emma held his hand. We all make choices. And eventually, we live with them. Before leaving, her father whispered. I'm proud of you. Emma smiled. I spent my whole life waiting to hear that. She paused. But I don't need it anymore. She kissed his forehead. I learned to be proud of myself. And for the first time in her life, she walked away carrying no anger. No bitterness. Only freedom. Sometimes the deepest heartbreak doesn't come from strangers, it comes from the people you expected to stand beside you. But your worth is never measured by who fails to show up. The moment you stop chasing love that must be earned and start embracing the love that chooses you, your life changes forever. Emma didn't lose her family on her wedding day. She found herself. And in choosing herself, she finally discovered the kind of love that never leaves, never excuses neglect, and never mistakes convenience for commitment. Because the strongest families aren't always the ones we're born into, they're the ones we build with loyalty, respect, and unwavering love.